This is one of the most famous and terrifying real hauntings ever documented. In 1977, in a quiet neighborhood of Enfield, North London, a single mother and her children began experiencing a nightmare inside their home. What began as small disturbances would grow into a year-long ordeal involving levitations, violent poltergeist activity, and the voice of a dead man. This is the true story of the Enfield Poltergeist. Setting the scene. Peggy Hodgson was raising her 4 children alone, Margaret, Janet, Johnny, and Billy, at 284 Green Street. It was a modest council house in a quiet working-class neighborhood. But in August 1977, their lives would be changed forever. It began one night when Peggy heard strange shuffling noises coming from her daughter's bedroom. At first, she thought it was nothing more than the children playing, until the sound grew louder, heavier, like furniture dragging across the floor. Part 2. First signs of trouble. When Peggy entered the room, she saw the girls looking terrified. A heavy chest of drawers was sliding across the room on its own. She tried to push it back, but as soon as she did, the drawers lurched forward again, as if some unseen force was fighting her. Moments later, loud knocking sounds began echoing through the walls, knocks that seemed to answer questions. Frightened, Peggy ran to the neighbors for help. Part 3. Neighbors and police witness it. The neighbors came to investigate, and they too heard the strange knocking. Thinking perhaps it was a prank or a break-in, they called the police. What happened next is one of the most documented moments of the case. A police officer entered the home, inspected the area, and saw a chair move several feet across the floor on its own. In her official report, she stated she could find no explanation for how it happened. Part 4. Escalation of activity. The disturbances continued to grow more violent. Furniture overturned. Toys and Legos were thrown across rooms at high speed. Objects vanished and reappeared. But the most disturbing activity centered around 11-year-old Janet. She began speaking in a deep, gravelly voice, claiming to be a man named Bill who said he died in the house years before. Janet also appeared to levitate. Witnesses claimed they saw her lifted from her bed and thrown across the room. Part 5. Paranormal investigators arrive. As the story spread, the Society for Psychical Research sent investigators Maurice Gross and Guy Lyon Playfair to the home. They set up cameras, audio equipment, and spent months documenting the activity. Over 18 months, they recorded more than 2,000 unexplained events: knocking, voices, objects moving, and strange temperature drops. Part 6. Skepticism versus belief. Skeptics claimed Janet and her sister could have faked some of the events, perhaps seeking attention. But believers point out that multiple witnesses, including police, neighbors, and reporters, experienced events they could not explain. One reporter claimed he saw a Lego brick fly across the room and hit him in the face, leaving a bruise. The Enfield haunting eventually faded, but its impact remains. Whether it was the work of a restless spirit or a clever hoax, the case stands as one of the most famous and chilling paranormal investigations in history. So, what do you think? Was the Hodgson family truly haunted, or was it all an elaborate trick? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.